All right, so here's the Ultimate Fighter veteran, Alex Caceres. Bruce Leroy out of Miami, Florida, has been on this roster since 2011. A lot of big wins over the years to his credit. Steven Peterson, Chase Hooper, Daniel Pineda. Who could forget the TKO of Julian Erosa? Certainly, if there has been one knock on Alex Caceres, when he has gotten to the elite fights, Giga Chikadze, Yair Rodriguez, he has been one step short. But this is a five-tool player. He's a hard guy to mimic in training. He's a little bit unorthodox. Tremendous appetite for mixed martial arts knowledge, has his own garden, eats cleanly, and that has allowed him to realize great career success and longevity here in the UFC. All right, so here he is, the UFC featherweight king, Alexander Volkanovski. And we have truly run out of superlatives when it comes to talking about this man and his mixed martial arts acumen. There are three guys who can lay claim to being the greatest featherweight of all time, and yet Alex is kind of distancing himself from that pack.
It's crazy. It's crazy how good Alexander Volkanovski is. I mean, you always knew he could fight. But to see some of the performances as of late, and to see how he continues to evolve and get better even as the champion is really impressive. And it's a credit to him and all of his coaches, but mostly his mindset. I don't know if there's a guy in fighting that has a higher fight IQ than Alexander the Great. I just like to take note of what I'm experiencing every time this guy steps in the octagon, because it's always something special.
And certainly since he signed with the UFC all the way back in 2016, he has been a promotional workhorse. Strength of schedule as good as it gets, and of course, as he enters competition tonight, can lay claim to 4 combined wins over Jose Aldo and Max Holloway, greatest featherweight of all time. And now our tale of the tape for this featherweight championship fight. And now, one more time for the official introductions. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Heavyweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Alex Bruce Leroy Caceres. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC featherweight champion of the world, Alexander the Great Volkanovski.
Herbert Dean's in the building. He is the third man in the octagon tonight. Dateline, Las Vegas, Nevada. This is the fight capital of the world with respect to anywhere else you want to go. If I'm a fighter, if I'm an athlete in combat sports, this is where I want to go.
You want to fight in Vegas, and now this beautiful T-Mobile Arena is the backdrop for tonight's great UFC event. Oh, left hook. Oh, high kick.
Quick jab. All right, so we will see early on how the Volk man chooses to proceed, and no surprise to see Volkanovski go to the leg kicker.
I mean, we have seen this constantly with Alexander Volkanovski, especially in the first Max Holloway fight. He won the fight behind the leg kicks. He is so smart inside of the octagon that he will throw these leg kicks, not hard, but they draw something out of you, and then he starts to attack you with things that have more force. This guy's tremendous, and that is why he's the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world.
We have crossed the midpoint here in our opening round. Well, the calf kick's all the rage, but he's not discriminating, attacking the thigh pretty effectively.
Yeah, we have seen that time and time again. Starter mixed martial arts, people throw leg kick. Right now you can see him digging his shin into this guy's thigh. Oh, nice.
Oh, how clean is that jab by Caceres? Leading elbow. And just misses with that big right hand. And there he goes, lands another combination. His cardio's so good that it allows him to put forth this type of output in this.
When his opponent is done at 2, he is stringing together 4, 5, 6 more different strikes. You don't do that without having fantastic cardio.
Oh, and he tags him with the straight hand there. Beautifully done by Caceres, man. Less than a minute to go in the round. Straight punch, that is useful. Outstanding kick there by Volkanovski. Oh, body kick attempt here, it's no good. Oh, big left hand there. 10 seconds now to go in the round. Round 2 straight ahead.
Not bad. I need more accuracy, punching, right? You're better than this. You work way too hard.
All right, so we now look back at some of the action from that previous round, DC. A lot of good highlights on both sides.
I mean, a lot of good highlights from both competitors. They both should be very proud of what they accomplished. But I'm telling you, man, I'm not sure they can keep this up. If they land at this clip for another 5 minutes, somebody's going to sleep.
You ready? You ready? Let's go.
All right, round 2. All right, next round is now underway. Hopefully the action continues at a high level. Pretty good first 5 minutes.
Pretty good first 5 minutes. Both of them can really pick it up. Let's see who decides they're going to lead the dance as we go forward. That's one of those shots that if you take one of them, if you get the night, that one landed right on the spot.
Well, you got to think he might be trying to set up that overhand again. He's found a home for it all night long. Let's see if that holds true.
And that's the danger in the engagement there.
Oh, tags him with the straight. Nice job there by Volkanovski.
He's got some hands, man.
Oh, huge right hand.
Both tough, both durable, both unwilling to take a step back. What a phenomenal fight.
Oh, big left. Stuffs the takedown there. How good is his takedown defense? All right, so he just decides to get up here and let the opponent up. Well, he was a little bit lackluster in round 1. You can't say the same here in this second round. He has really picked up the pace, an uptick in the aggression and the output, and starting to find his range here in the pocket. Well, at some point as a fighter, defensively, you've got to make an adjustment. His thigh is like purple now.
Yeah, he's getting beat up. I mean, I just don't understand how he could have taken so many leg kicks before he started to realize that it was going to put him in danger. Waited too long, now he's going to find himself in some trouble.
Yeah, that punch was blocked.
Oh, nice jab by Volkanovski.
Well, don't get mad, get even, right? He got stunned by his opponent earlier in the round. He's clearly been losing since. Mentally, it appears as though he's checked out a little bit.
A lot easier said than done. When his opponent has the power that he possesses, it's hard for him to say, you know what, I'm going to take one to give one.
Less than a minute now to go in round 2.
Nice punch to the head.
Oh, nice leg kick attack there from Alexander Volkanovski. You know it's a city kickboxing fighter if they're employing that weapon.
And you know, honestly, John, he's done that over and over again. The leg kicks were what got the belt from Max Holloway. He used that to slow Max down, get him out of his conventional stance, make him fight in a stance that he's not used to. And Volkanovski was able to walk away with the belt on that night.
Caceres' nose is bleeding now. Yes, looks as though he got cut by one of those offerings from his opponent. All right, so the round is over, and you see some obvious bleeding now. Looks like the cut is on the nose. Yes, it is. Cutman will try to get in there and shut it, but of course, as soon as he absorbs a strike this next round, that thing could reopen. Certainly bears watching here moving forward. All right, so there's the horn signifying the end of the round. A stunner there with the head strike midway through. Nearly got him out of there for good.
Almost got him out of there. He hurt him badly. He had his opponent hurt real bad. Now his opponent's walking back to his corner. Everybody looks confused. They don't know what they're supposed to do to try to change the way that this fight is going.
Ready.
All right, here we go with this third round of this championship fight. All right, here we go with the start of another round. Pretty good previous two rounds, I thought.
Yeah, it's been a very competitive fight to this point. Both guys have had their moments, especially in these last two rounds. You expected somebody to get ahead, but they've both been so evenly matched. We're still right where we started.
Take it. If he keeps leaving that leg out there, give him the low kick.
Well, he hasn't really showed any his leg kick rounds. His opponent moved a little bit, trying to stay upright. But man, that changed the complexion of this fight.
John, he's hurt. He's hurt really badly by that one big leg kick.
Big shots being landed on both sides here. Oh, huge knee. Well, missed on that one. Oh, nice hook there by Caceres. Man.
Dude's hurt. Serve him up. Go get him.
Oh, big left hand. Under 3 minutes now to go in round three. Just out of the range with that right hand. Caceres is now switching his stance.
Trading huge shots. Let's see who's going to be the last man standing.
He's got him here. Nice positional control here.
This man is landing brutal ground and pound.
All right, so now blood is a factor. You see that he has been opened up in that eye area.
Yeah, he's got hit in the eye, and now there's a cut. But it's nothing to worry about too much now. But he's got to be very careful with it as we go forward.
Well, we may have the best cut men and women in the business, but I'm not sure they're going to be able to do much with that cut that continues to widen with every passing strike.
And you're fighting a great fighter. It's hard to deal with the damage of the cut while dealing with the level of the fighter in front of you. Right now, you've got to do something different to try and change the way that this fight is playing out.
Well, he's got the ground and pound going now. Strong work from the top here by Caceres. Man!
Let's get to that half guard position now.
Well, anytime you are in a ground fighting situation with this fighter, you're potentially playing with fire. Outstanding ground and pound here. Somewhat of a lost art in MMA, at least in terms of making sure that every strike counts. Not an issue for him.
He's making every single one of them count. He is not pity-patting. He's not touching. Every punch that lands, he wants you to feel it.
All right, inside his opponent's going here, DC. You don't want to play around here too long.
No, you got to either have two hands in or two hands out, or guys start to attack triangles.
This one's all you, man. Knock him down, you're going to knock him down again. I want you to finish him this time. Okay, go out there, set him up.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Fourth round, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. All right, so here we go. Fourth round is underway. What is the fighter's mentality when you enter those seminal championship rounds?
You understand that you are getting close now. The night is almost over. The goal is within reach now. 15 minutes down, 10 to go. You tell yourself you can do anything for 10 minutes.
Nice defense to block that punch.
That was a beautiful hook. It landed perfectly, and it hurt his opponent very bad.
Oh! So pretty good recovery by the opponent after getting stunned pretty good. Got to capitalize on those opportunities.
I mean, you can't waste these opportunities. You don't get them as often as you'd like.
Oh, he might get finished here. Well, he continues to manhandle him here on the ground. Under 3 minutes now to go in the round. A lot of top pressure being applied here as he works out of side control. Pretty good work with the ground and pound here by Caceres. Man, bottom fighter better move.
Yeah, he's got to move, John. He's got to shrimp and try to either get up or pull his opponent back into him so he doesn't have the posture to land that big damage.
Moving his head pretty well defensively on the ground here. Might be a submission attempt here, champ.
I mean, you cannot sit in a full guard. When you sit in the full guard, you give these guys so many opportunities.
All right, just as we saw a few seconds ago, he finds the home for another ground and pound strike.
Beautiful punch lands there from inside the guard. Oh, nice. Great job landing from the top position.
Another ground and pound strike lands. Side control now.
In the half guard.
Caceres is back in side control.
What he has to do here is just try to stay relaxed. Big explosive actions, panicky actions are what gets you submitted a lot of times.
Well, the ground and pound is there once again. Strong work here by Caceres. Oh, and another punch on the ground gets through. May need some defense here. Volkanovski's now dealing with a cheek cut.
Yep, got to be very careful there.
Pretty good head movement. He's avoiding a lot of these ground strikes. Oh, heavy shots raining down. Horn sounds for the end of round 4. All right, so there's the end of the round. You see the blood trickling down as he makes his way back to the stool. Cut on the bridge of the nose, or so it appears from the strike in that round. Cut man getting right to work. All right, so a big round for him there, DC. We'll go back and look at some of the highlights. Big knockdown for him. We'll see if he can follow it up.
You could see that he was flowing. Everything was working in accordance to what he wanted it to be. And at the moment that it showed itself, the moment that the opportunity arrived, he jumped on it, got that big knockdown, and now he finds himself ahead in this fight.
You ready to fight? Ready.
So here it is, folks, 5th and final round. For DC, he is hurt.
What a beautiful uppercut. It landed beautifully. Perfect placement on that shot.
Big right hand there.
Oh, beautiful level change. Yeah, he's in half guard here. Nice.
Well, this is absolutely the hurt business. It's hard to see which party is more injured, but I think both fighters have been really effective with their strikes in this one.
Yeah, both guys have been affected. Both guys have been beat up. It's a very competitive fight. Let's see who has the heart to carry them through these very tough moments.
Well, maybe ill-advised to be competing off your back, but he's landing. Oh, hard ground strike there, and that one opened up a cut.
Big right hook there by the champ.
All right, so yet another ground and pound strike lands right there, DC.
He's getting very active now that he knows he can land these strikes. All these actions, though, these big actions got to wear on the gas tank of both guys.
Ooh, postures up and now goes with the big strike to the body. Well done there by Caceres. Man! Just misses there with the left.
He's got to either go southpaw or he has to actually just try to throw the whole kitchen sink at him.
Both fighters hanging down in the pocket and both landing. Rips the body there. 2 minutes now to go in this one. Well, not sure if he's lighter on his feet or what it is, but these last couple of rounds, he's been far more aggressive. A lot of...
Massive hook lands, and his opponent seems to be on his way out.
Oh!
Another one!
All right, seems as though his sole focus is attacking that.
Oh, this is trouble for Volkanovski!
Caceres gets stung by that leg kick.
He checked that last one.
Well, let's see if he goes to set up the hook again. He has really done a nice job punctuating his combinations with that hook tonight. Back to the left hand now, unable to connect.
Nice shot there by the champ. Oh, yeah.
Holding on to him here, not really strong. Strike lands there, and somehow his opponent's chin held up.
His opponent's chin held up, but you do not want to be on the receiving end of those types of strikes.
Official decision now in.
After 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges score the contest 49-46, 50-45, and 49-46. Declaring the winner by unanimous decision, and still the undisputed UFC featherweight champion of the world, Alexander the Great Volkanovski.
All right, well, his future, of course, is in the UFC Hall of Fame, but his present still plucking scalps in this UFC featherweight division. Alexander Volkanovski getting another one.